Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Hello and happy holidays. This is Master Marc Zirogiannis coming to you from Taekwondo Life magazine as we wind down to 2025. We are a member of the Believe Network. Do you believe? Today I want to talk to you about to clarify some of the information regarding the new rule changes that will be in effect for 2026. These were voted on at the General Assembly meeting with President Chung-Won in Wuxi, China. And you can check out our issue of Taekwondo Life magazine with President Cho on the cover out now. And it is really, really making a lot of noise. People really are enjoying that issue. So there are a number of rule changes. I'm going to go over the ones that are pertinent to competition and that you'll start to see more frequently as we get towards 2026. There are major rule changes regarding para taekwondo and regarding team taekwondo. I'm not covering them for the purposes of this podcast. I'm also not talking about some of the requirements regarding number of seats and competitors and spectators allowed and alert area. I'm talking more about the ones that affect the game itself. So the number one rule change that has created a lot of controversy has been the removal of head challenges by coaches. Coaches will no longer be able to create IVR head challenges effective now. This has created a lot of controversy because of people complaining about the nature of the equipment and how about 80% of IVR challenges are related to head kicks. Coaches are in an uproar over whether or not it will make the game less fair. The philosophy of WT, as I understand it, is that the idea is to make the game more efficient. Because 80% of the challenges are for head kicks, it creates a lot of stoppage time, it creates a lot of delays, and as a result, if you remove that major challenge, that the game will continue. Now, the referee will still have the ability to pull his card in the event that a head shot does not score and the referee has counted. And there are 5 circumstances with which a referee will count. And we can go over those. But in the event that there's counting by the referee and there's no headshot that goes up, the referee can pull his card. But short of that, coaches will not be able to pull their cards. What that means is that athletes, in my opinion, will have to have a greater amount of power, not be as worried about scoring, but be more worried about knocking out athletes. Will that create more exciting competition? Well, I know a lot of the old school folks would say yes. Now for a word from our sponsor. Okay, we're back. We're talking about rule changes effect for 2026, some of the major ones. And the issue is, in addition to the changes that we're talking about, the WT has gone to adding an additional point for spinning head kicks. I'm not exactly sure what the philosophy is. I believe that to some degree this is my personal opinion, that it is a trade-off for the fact that they've eliminated the head challenges. The WT says no, they say it's a spectator issue. They're saying that what they're doing is they would like the opportunity to have audiences understand that a technical kick, a spinning kick, is worth double what a regular is. So for the body, 2 points doubles to 4, and now 3 points will double to 6. Do I think that will change anything? Not necessarily. Do I think it will make it clearer to the audience members? I don't personally, but the fact is that's their philosophy. Do I think people will be more likely to go for a spinning kick because it's now worth 6 as opposed to 5? No, I don't. I think it will have the same effect as before. Another major change that we're going to see is going to be that there will now be no longer be 2 corner judges. There will be the introduction of just one corner judge. That corner judge will be confirming punches and will be adding the technical points. They will no longer be called a corner judge. They'll be called a technical referee or a technical judge. The placement of that judge will be different from the way you've seen it before. And I think that the idea here is to economic efficiency. You've now cut down on the number of referees that you need in your competitions, and therefore it is more cost effective for folks. Do I think that it creates problems? I can see both sides of it. Number one is it's put a lot more burden on that corner judge. However, that corner judge can be further trained, better trained, and you'll see better accountability from that corner judge. The second issue is that we now have, related to this, which is part of the change, is that there will now be sensing gloves, and sensors in the electronic PSS gear, which will mean that punches will be scored electronically like kicks and just confirmed. So the need for the two corner judges is not necessary. That corner judge will feel a vibration, and assuming the equipment is working well, will just confirm the punch. We'll see how that plays out. The movement is going to be that the Hogus themselves will have sensors in them to feel a turning kick, and that they will show the turning additional technical points for the head and body. And again, that technical judge will be the confirming body for that. So that is another one of those changes. And again, part and parcel of that is that we will have, you will have new sensing gloves. Again, more money for people. You're going to have Gen 3 and updates and new equipment for all of these PSS systems. The other change, which will affect competition, if it goes into effect, I don't believe it'll be in effect for 2028, but for 2032, is that instead of 4 weight categories for Olympics, there are now going to be 6. The idea is that major Taekwondo competitions have 8, Olympics only have 4, and that it creates disparity for those people in that range when you stick them in. So 6, if properly approved by the IOC, will give a greater fairness for athletes. So I think this new rules may create somewhat of a burden on local competitions. Whether or not they will adopt all of these rules, I'm not 100% sure. We'll see if the IVR head requests play out. The main focus here is less gamjungs, more dynamic matches. This is what President Cho spoke to me about. Less stoppage time, make it more viewer-friendly, make it more exciting. And I think you're going to see some of these old school people who have been complaining about power, that power will inevitably come back, because if you're not scoring properly on the electronics in order to win, you're going to need to score with power. There's a little bit of a misconception that the center judge or the corner judge can call head kicks. That's not going to be correct. That's not going to occur unless there is a counting situation. So I'm happy to answer any questions regarding this. This is Master Marc Zirogiannis. I look forward to seeing you on the mat. I wish you guys a happy and healthy year from Taekwondo Life magazine, and I look forward to talking to you in 2026.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Do you believe?